morning, viewers. My name is Zoeb. I'm from the EFS Carnival media team. Today, we are here in conversation with our Group CEO, Mr. Tariq Chauhan for EFS Facilities Services to know more about the insight on Carnival, Virtual Carnival. Thank you, Mr. Tariq, for being with us. Good morning. How are you doing today, Mr. Tariq?
Good morning.
Hi. So basically what we have is today we want to know more about the Carnival, how, when it started, and why the Carnival for this year. Or when we had all these 9 months or 10 months when we were talking about people in Corona and staying at home and working remotely. So just wanted to know more about that. So,
see, the idea of Carnival was conceived about 7 years back. When we started building EFS from the scratch, we realized that our blue-collar workforce, we call boots on the ground, they are the most important and critical assets of the organization, especially being a service organization where 2/3 of your workforce are blue-collar workforce. We need a day to celebrate their dedication and their sincerity and the lives they live with. It's time for us to thank them on that particular day. So we've been celebrating it for the last 6 years. This year, especially when we have gone in the last 9 months through such torrid times, the first I wanted to thank here the government of UAE and the rulers for their great leadership and impeccable support they provided to the community. Their inclusivity, not only about the citizens or the Emiratis, but everyone in the community here. The residents were given all facilities. They were amongst equal in every aspect.
Right.
And I think our workforce, who've been working day and night, who've been the frontliners, owes this day to the rulers of UAE. So we thought as an organization, we will join in along with the blue-collar workforce to thank the rulers and the government of UAE for the support. So it's a virtual carnival, but it's coming with a lot more additional bonuses, perks.
That's great.
Facilities, and a lot of great news for the blue-collar workforce.
Amazing, amazing. That's fantastic. I mean, it's such a great thing to have. And over the years, we have seen, the EFS Carnival evolving and from strength to strength, and also pushing to always has been different, and you always been pushing the envelope to the next level all the time. And now, usually people were thinking all the stuff, we think, oh no, we will not have the Carnival, but you're going virtual. It's such a so exciting thing, for all of us. So if you could just give us something about that, elaborate on that.
I think when we talk about wired for fun.
Yes.
So the word wired for fun, because we've been long been waiting for having moments where we can all celebrate. Well, in Corona, we've been celebrating only in terms of when the cases are reducing, or for that matter, vaccine has come. So these are all great news, but these are sort of negative news which has come from the great news have come out of the negativity. For us, we wanted to change the perspective. We want to have a real fun, while the rest of the world is still recovering. And since UAE government and the rulers have given us that opportunity, and our workers were waiting in for some change. So I think with these various musical performances, dances, our ability to do anything that can help to improve the self-actualization levels.
Exactly.
Because we've been talking about mental health for the last many months. Post-pandemic especially, it is becoming important. And what can we do in order to improve the self-actualization levels of these boots on the ground?
True, very true.
So this particular carnival will help not only the blue-collar workforce, but the entire EFSians are geared up to support, dance, enjoy, as well as create a message for the rest of the world that it's time for us to rise from this negativity.
Certainly.
It's time for us to look to build something significant.
True.
And I think Carnival is going to be one such event that will represent that spirit of time to enjoy.
Absolutely. This is such a great thing. And we also heard about a lot of compassionate awards, a lot of awards categories and all. This year there are few more categories that come in. It's such a inspiring, very innovative, very inspiring ideas. How do you come up with these ideas, Mr. Tariq?
See, we've talked about EFS being a people's first organization.
Right.
And as I mentioned to you, the blue collar workforce are definitely the largest section. So they are the people first.
Right.
What matters for them is the core values of EFS, wherein family is very important.
Certainly.
Where honesty, integrity, compassion, these are all part of our innovation, learning and development. So we decided that every aspect of our core value will be recognized, and these awards are primarily, so for example, needy and deserving. It's about compassion.
True.
Time to give back to your old parents, these workers who have been, brought up with one of the greatest values, and that's how the EFS as an organization is known for one of the best service organizations. So with the last 10 years with 100% client retention, with almost 100% client retention, with the growth and with every aspect, it definitely reflects on the core values its workers comes from.
True.
And I think it's time to give back to their parents.
Absolutely.
So we have prizes for that aspect. Then we are talking about, we are honoring women.
Exactly.
So we have the great mom, because there are a lot of young girls who have come leaving their children in their respective homes. So we are actually celebrating that moment as well. We are also celebrating the unsung heroes.
Amazing.
We're also celebrating the innovation.
Amazing.
So I think the way this entire awards have been designed and the way we want to engage is just to truly reflect on the core EFS values.
Absolutely. When we talk about happiness, employee happiness, when we see the people we talk about employee well-being, everybody's talking about to be more complacent, more resilient, and at the same time, making sure the business is sustainable, and at the same time making the balance between the workplace, the company business as well as the employee well-being. How have you actually managed within these times?
See, business have multiple stakeholders: employees, clients, shareholders, and suppliers. Each one has to be taken into account. For a true sustainability in any context of life, whether it's personal life or it's business life, you've got to make sure that every stakeholder interests are taken care of. So the idea of ensuring that should we improve the self-actualization levels, should we help our employees to understand the power of self-actualization, and if they can improve productivity, the company productivity will improve, the company performance will improve.
Certainly.
And that will eventually take care of the shareholders, will also take care of employees. So I think that is the way the principles of EFS has been maintained for the last 10 years. We've been a company that's been paying bonus every year. We've been a company that is giving increases to employees on an annual basis.
Amazing.
And even in this year, we have done all aspects. The minimum salaries of all the blue collar workforce for the first time in the last 2.5 years, we have increased that. We have brought them to the next level. So there are increments.
Right.
There are promotions. The progression levels in the organization have gone to 10%. So I think these are the things that we have accomplished. And Carnival is one such day where we try and celebrate all these things.
Amazing. That's great. So keeping in, as we all know that the Carnival is virtual and it's something which is really different and which has gone beyond everybody's thought. When we keeping all these in mind, the social distancing, the part, and making sure that the fun element of the Carnival is also aligned at the same time, and keeping that harmony within the happiness harmony within the workforce. How we have managed that actually?
See, safety and security is the fundamental core responsibility of the organization. And when we talk about safety and security compliance, you know, need for people to follow the rules, especially the COVID-19 pandemic. We've maintained some of the finest standards in terms of employee security, safety, and the public safety. So social distancing has been very, very strongly maintained across this carnival, both in terms of games, performances, and others, as well as the way the carnival is designed is in such a manner that people can be in the safety of their home or in their accommodation and can still watch and enjoy the live telecast. They can see some of the pre-recorded events, and there's so much aspects are there in there. There's a lot of fun in the making, and I think I encourage everyone to watch this.
Amazing. So
there's something which I also wanted to emphasize upon it. EFS is the only organization that has got most of its employees vaccinated, and we were the first one to initiate this process. While the rest of the world is still contemplating ways and means and find out, we started this drive back in September. We were the first one to volunteer. Then in October, I personally volunteered along with my family so that I could set an example for others to follow. And then in December, we started this drive. And today, fortunately, EFS is proud to say that 2/3 of its employees are already vaccinated and the rest is in the making.
Great. I mean, that's a fantastic thing, you know, in collaboration with the UV government, and we make sure that all the employees are getting vaccinated to protect them and protect the community. That's such a wonderful thing, Mr. Tariq. The last thing we would like to know about is your message to all the EFSians out there who's eagerly waiting to be the fifth, the Carnival Day, and also participating at the same time. At the same time, they're also getting vaccinated, as you told. So one last message for them so that they can really get motivated on this.
Well, I think we got to be really positive. We got to rise from this doom and gloom situation.
Certainly.
The time is up for looking at the opportunities, time for us to transform. Each one of us have to rise up into a new avatar.
Right.
We got to rise from the bed on the right side, but possibly in a lot more transformative manner.
True.
So I expect all EFSians to take this opportunity. The year has just begun. While Carnival is just another event, but it's also a day of reckoning for everyone to rise above.
Great. Thank you so much, Mr. Tariq. Guys, I'm sure you must have watched Mr. Tariq's video. The interview, his conversation this morning, and it was brilliantly an excellent message to all of us, all of EFSians and all the participants. Everybody stay safe and do get vaccinated. The drive is happening across the accommodation, and also we have the awards campaign across the other accommodation which we had in last week, which this week we had in Maribia, and the following and during this week and the following we do have in many accommodation, and also in this week we'll be having in Secure Plus accommodation as well for the awards. Do nominate yourself, managers and supervisors. Please do nominate them. Please do nominate, and do stay safe. Thank you. God bless you. Stay tuned for more updates.